and if they want to talk boxing, bring them all in. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It's time to throw this everywhere, baby. Let's throw this everywhere. Right. No one is here yet. No one is here yet. I didn't allow this live, but let's see who we gonna get up in here. And let me just continue to throw this all over the place. Let's see who we gonna send it to now. They take forever. Let's send it here. Let me see who else can we send it to. Red Hawk, what's good with you, bro? What's good? Welcome to the live, my man. Welcome to the live. You're the first one in, my man. How you doing? We're gonna wait some more people to get in here before we start chopping it up, my man. But what's good with you? What's the word, turd? Body bags, what up, bro? Welcome to the live, my man. Welcome to the live. It's going to be another fun one tonight, baby. We're going to wait for a few more people to get in here. We're going to talk boxing, baby. You already know. You guys ready for Thanksgiving? Say aye. Oh, dude, I'm going to get right into that one, man. I'm going to get right into that one, bro. It's the reason that I actually brought her up in this live so we could all talk about it and share our thoughts, because I think that we're all going to kind of come up with the same idea about Claressa Shields, man. And it's so sad, man. It's so sad. Like, give me a second, man. We'll all jump into that one, my man. But it's coming. It's coming. I'm ready to eat, sleep, and eat again. Yo, body bags, that's the only way to do it on Thanksgiving, man. You got to warm up. You got to eat. You got to sleep it off. And you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to get the sweats on and hit the table again, man. Yeah, absolutely. That's what she's missing, Red Hawk. I'm wondering, like, who does she have in her corner or who doesn't she have in her corner? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. If you haven't dropped where you're from, drop it in the bottom. Drop it in the chat. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm just going to try to send this live to one more spot. And we're almost going to get started here. Let me just see. Where's IG? Where's IG? Instagram. Let's throw it on IG. Who else could we throw it to? Let's throw it to IG. Okay, I am back. My bad, y'all. My bad. Claressa thinks she's the Carl T. What's up, man? Welcome to the chat, bro. Welcome to the chat. If you want to talk boxing, stick around, man. If you just want to say things like that, hey, it's up to you, man. Free speech, whatever. Monster Tune. Claressa thinks she's the female base of mine. She's more accomplished, but can't sell. Rolando, welcome to the chat, bro. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, so far everyone has the same opinion on that. Let's let the chat a few more people, and then I'm going to get jumping right on that subject. I'm going to talk Claressa Shields. Sad, because Claressa Shields is a dog in that ring. Yankees suck. What up, y'all? Welcome to the chat. It's your boy Martin, aka the Boxing Purist. Drop in where you're from. I like to try to know my audience. And now, let's get started on this one. Now, you guys saw we're going to talk about Caleb Plant and Edgar Berlanga, and we're going to talk about Claressa Shields. Now, I'm going to start with Claressa Shields. Let's get into this one. Now, these are my thoughts on poor old Claressa, okay? Claressa is talented, okay? Claressa is gifted, okay? Claressa has every single thing that you need to be successful inside of the boxing ring. Everything to be successful in that ring, she's totally equipped with it. She has it. She totally has it, okay? The problem with Claressa Shields is, as great and as everything accomplished, gifted, and talented that she is inside that boxing ring, you'll never be able to tell, because you're not going to give her the light of day because of how she carries herself, right? How she carries herself. And a lot of people say, yo, she's from Michigan. She's from Detroit. She's from this. Now, I get all that, okay? one thing that's said, it doesn't matter where you're from, guys. It doesn't matter where you're from. I don't care from what hood, from anything. Respect, okay? Respect, being a respectful human being has nothing to do from where you're from. It has everything to do with manners. It has everything to do with class. Don't tell somebody that you got a bad attitude because you're from this part of whatever. What are you trying to say, that if you're from where you're from, you have to have a bad attitude? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So the thing with Claressa is she hurts her own brand by how she carries herself. Like, think about like this, man. How many Claressa Shields interviews have you seen where she just doesn't go over the top emotional? Now, I get it. She's a woman. She's all that. But that she doesn't just go over the top emotional. Like, no matter what they're asking her, like, she feels like she's being attacked, or she feels like she really has to make a statement. It doesn't matter what they're talking about. They could ask her about, yo, Claressa, what do you feel about Canelo fighting, I don't know, at the damn time, Dimitri Bivol? She has to come with attitude. I think this and that. I think this and that. I think that. Like, she can't just be a human being and answer a simple question. Lemon 26, what's good, bro? What's good? And all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, somebody sent me a text and it threw me off. But how she carries herself, it's not about being hood. It's not about being all that. It's about her constantly coming at you like she wants to fight, like she's challenging what you're saying. Like if you're trying to diminish what she's accomplished inside the ring, every single thing that she says comes across that way, and it's not good for her brand. And that's why I wonder, who does Claressa Shields have around her that's not advising her and telling her, like, yo, listen, Claressa, tone it down a notch. Tone it down a notch. Disco, what up, bro? No, we're going to talk about that one next. But that's my issue with Claressa, is how she carries herself. She is not marketable, okay? Just earlier today, I seen her on X, and she's catching heat everywhere. She still thinks this is 2 years ago, where you could throw out, little race cards. You could throw out the little feminism cards. You could throw all out. This is the problem. Claressa, honey bunny, you're 2 years late with that. That worked 2 years ago. Now you look like a damn child talking like that, and everyone is tired of hearing all of the race baiting, all of that. And you're a boxer, you're not a damn politician, so knock it off, okay? Inside that ring, no complaints. Outside that ring, she's a damn hater. And now the way that she tries to kind of silently hate on other fighters, this is what I don't understand, okay? Amanda Serrano, for example. Claressa is all about, oh, they don't want to see women succeed. Oh, they need to have a woman fighting on this card. Oh, woman, this and that. The second that another woman is catching a lot of attention because she just broke records, and I get it, it was Netflix and all that, but whatever. The second that someone is having more success than you want to go and tear down what they're accomplishing. So what does that tell me? What does that tell the audience if they're being true to themselves? It's not about women, even when you say it's about women. It's about you. You're okay supporting other women as long as those women don't outshine you. So in reality, you're being a hypocrite, and people see right through it. And what happens? You look like a hater, right? We're all wondering, you're successful, you're good inside that ring. What are you still hating about? It lets us know that you're not a confident person. Claressa, tone it down a notch. People around Claressa, advise her. Damn. Claressa Shield gets in her feelings. She lives in her damn feelings. She throws more shade than punches. Absolutely, body bags. I agree. Yeah, man. So that's my take on it with Claressa, man. And it's sad because she has the potential. She has a great smile. She has everything going for her. But she has to step out and be extra. Is it manly? Is that why it rubs us off wrong? Has nothing to do with the strong women, in case there's any women in here, okay? It has everything to do with stop trying to come across manly. We don't like it. Serrano carries herself in a perfect way. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, she was a little bit sour about the last fight, but how she carries herself on the normal is what you expect out of somebody. Anthony Pena, welcome to the chat. Claressa tries to bring other fighters down to make herself more important. Lemon, Katie Taylor reminds me of $1 Million Baby. I get it. Serrano carries herself like a lady. Thank you. And it has nothing to do with a strong woman, not strong woman. It has nothing to do with none of that, man. It's just that we're adults, yo. And the thing is that Claressa likes to pull that race card onto why those fighters, Monster Tune, get more attention than her. But it's because you're not marketable. Why is anybody going to invite you on a talk show, on a podcast, on any of the above, if all they're going to get is aggression out of you? When you're you're out here challenging men in the sport, and you're really talking like you're going to beat these men. I'm telling you, Claressa Shields is almost like LeBron James. It's like you're great inside that ring, like LeBron is great inside that court, but outside of that, shut up. Yeah, I don't like it when they pull out nobody likes when they pull out the race card. The difference is now that people are actually calling it out. No one's staying silent about it. They're saying it like, okay, listen, we're over that. We're over it. That's it. Body bag. Antonio Tarver with a wig. God damn it. I told you last time, bro. I haven't been able to unsee it ever since you said it last time. I think it was you, Body Bags, that said it on the last live. Anyway, man, so I'm going to be real with y'all, man. I know you guys feel the same way. We all wish Claressa Shields the best in her career, right? We don't want to see her fail. We don't want none of that. We all wish her the best. I pray that she has the absolute success. But you're not going to be a star like you want to be with that attitude and with that mouth. Knock it off. She is the best. She said she is the best. Come on. Why? No, she's one of the best. We can't. It's all what it comes down to. It's all what it comes down to, Body Bag. She's a great boxer, but she's not marketable. She's not marketable. Who are you going to sell it to? Shakur Stevenson and Kid Austin going at it. Do I think Austin is ready? So, Monster Tune, to answer that question, bro, I'm going to be real with you. Fighters like Shakur and Tank, anytime they're having a Twitter war with someone, I almost don't even like to think that far how that other person would do against them, because they're not going to fight them. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to fight them. But anyway, y'all, let's jump to the other topic, because on this one, we're going to stay for a little bit. We're going to stay for a little bit. Caleb Plant has been calling out Edgar Berlanga for a little while now. Obviously, we know, I forget what fight it was at, that Edgar Berlanga kind of came up to him, right? He kind of came up to Edgar Berlanga, or Berlanga came up to Plant, I'm sorry. Started kind of jarring out this and that, trying to create something of it. We all saw what happened at the press conference between Edgar Berlanga and Canelo, when Berlanga looked to the crowd and he just started talking smack to Plant. Who knows for what reason, right? He just doesn't like him, right? Whatever. But now Plant is calling Edgar out, and he's not only calling him out, he's kind of trolling him. We all heard about the situation that Caleb Plant brought. He bought a brand or something that belonged to Edgar Berlanga and made money off of it, like has been making money off of it ever since, right? We all know that Edgar called him out on a little post, and you guys probably saw it, saying or claiming that Edgar Berlanga calls everybody out except for Caleb Plant, saying that he calls everybody's name except for Caleb Plant's, right? So Caleb Plant is obviously really pushing to try to make this fight. It's more than obvious that he's trying to do so. Caleb Plant has a momentum that he gained after the Canelo fight that he's still been riding, right? He's still been riding, and it's good for him that he's trying to keep it alive. Edgar Berlanga, after the Canelo fight, it's kind of the same thing, right? Edgar had his fans, don't get me wrong, he already had his chosen fans. But believe it or not, after the Canelo fight, I've talked to a few people, and they actually became fans of Edgar Berlanga after that fight. Perhaps because of how he carries himself, even though he said certain things to try to sell the fight, he still carries himself, you know what I'm saying, like a stand-up guy, so to speak. How he fought inside that ring. Of course, he didn't go all out. He wasn't trying to get knocked out by Canelo, but we saw glimpses of what can be, and we respected that out of Edgar Berlanga, right? So I'm going to be real with you guys. If the two were to meet in the ring, Edgar Berlanga, Caleb Plant, okay, we all know that the better boxer is Caleb Plant. We all know the harder puncher is Edgar Berlanga. When it comes to who's the bigger dog, Caleb Plant is obviously a dog. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Edgar Berlanga that he's also a dog, right? Who's faced the better opposition? Obviously Caleb Plant. Who's the bigger guy? It's Edgar Berlanga. I'm going to tell you guys something like this, man. I'm going to tell you guys something. This particular fight, because of styles make fights, all right? And what I've seen fighters in the past, and you guys might be surprised with this one. You guys might be very surprised. I think that Edgar Berlanga beats Caleb Plant. I think he beats Caleb Plant, and I'm being real with you guys. And what? First of all, before I continue, what do you guys think that I would pick Edgar Berlanga to beat Caleb Plant? Not because I think low of Caleb. It's not because I think low of him. I'm just looking at this fight. I'm looking at the strengths, and I'm looking how the two would clash in the ring. What do you guys think? And then I'll say why I think what I think. He said, Disco said, no, don't do that, Skip. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I had to throw the Skip Bayless in there real quick. Knock it off, Rex. Knock it off. I swear my dog, when I go live, this fool likes to act a fool. Stop it. What do y'all think, man? What do y'all think? Disco says Plant beats Berlanga 9-3. I don't think so. Berlanga Charlo might be made? What? Since Canelo schooled him, Edgar did gain lots of fans for his performance. I think Edgar wins as well. He got that Mayweather Canelo treatment. He will be better. What up, Rick Fonseca? What up, bro? Glad you made it in. 50-50, Edgar took some shots from Canelo and did all right. Plant has more technical ability. Plant wins if he doesn't gas. Berlanga wins as long as he puts pressure on him all night. That's a really good take, Rick. That's a really good take. From what I saw, Caleb's performance last fight, it would be 50-50. Yeah, Red Hawk. So you obviously saw when he fought Trevor McCombie that he gets clipped and he gasses out. Body bags. I think Plant would give Berlanga good work on the inside like he did with McCombie. This is the thing with McCombie, though, man. This is the thing with McCombie. McCombie was a dog. He was a straight, strong fighter, but he wasn't too skilled, even though he was able to land pretty good on Caleb Plant. So what I look at Edgar Berlanga, and what I keep remembering with Edgar Berlanga, man, is in those little exchanges where he didn't necessarily hurt Canelo, but when he threw with Canelo, he understood in that fight that when you throw with Canelo, you could have a little bit of success. What does that tell me? That he's a student, that he's paying attention, that he's being observant inside that ring. Another thing I'm looking at is because of the way that Caleb Plant fights, right? He's really mobile inside that ring, which is cool. But when you got a guy that's bringing pressure and he's able to land shots to your leg, or not to your hips, land shots to your arms and your body, he starts to gas out the way that he did against the David Benavidez in the later rounds. So I'm thinking that Edgar Berlanga would press him. I think that anytime that Berlanga actually landed on Plant, it would be a shot of significance. I think that he would definitely get Caleb Plant's attention. I think that he could definitely hurt Caleb Plant. And while I don't think that it's an easy fight for Berlanga, stylistically, because of size and how strong he is and the way that he fights, I think he definitely beats Caleb Plant inside that ring. I don't think he walks and dog walks him, but I think he definitely beats him, man. Plant is really good, man. Plant is really good. The thing is, he's not a big puncher. He's not a big puncher, and when you're not a big puncher, your opponent, if he's a guy that likes to come forward, is not going to respect your power, and he's going to be willing to take 2 or 3 of your punches in order to land one bomb, and that's where I see Caleb Plant is at a disadvantage. Will Eddie Hearn put the money up for this fight? Monster Tune, I think so. And the reason being is, man, because, listen, we're not going to see Caleb Plant versus Canelo again. That's not going to happen. We're not going to see Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez again. That's not going to happen. Those fights are out of the question. The reason I said earlier that Caleb Plant is riding the momentum, listen, Caleb Plant won all of us over after the Canelo fight because he shows heart. He always stands up for himself. He's ready to take on the big fights, and he's a good boxer inside that ring. We learned to like Caleb. We learned to be fans of Caleb, a lot of us, right? Okay. But the reality is, man, is that this thing that he's riding, right? This wave that he's riding, it's not the type that's going to get him right back into that spot with those fighters with Canelo and David Benavidez. So you got to make fights for Caleb Plant in his career with an Edgar Berlanga, with maybe a Jaime Munguia, that level. I think that upper level is no more. Do I think Berlanga can handle Plant's hand speed body bags? I think that it would give him trouble, but I definitely think that he would make the adjustment, man. The longer the fight goes on, I think he slows him down a little bit and he's able to deal with it, man. I see that, Disco. The only thing is, man, I see that if Edgar is able to land shots and break him down at the later rounds, kind of like he did Benavidez, I think Caleb Plant starts to slow down. Omar, Berlanga versus Munguia. Ooh, Omar, welcome to the chat. Now that fight is tricky, Omar, because to put Berlanga in there with a Caleb Plant, right? At the end of the day, even though I think he beats Plant, Plant is not going to stop Edgar Berlanga, right? It's not going to stop Edgar Berlanga. It wouldn't be a fight either way, in my personal opinion, where one fighter makes the other one look bad, right? On a fight like this, Berlanga versus Munguia, the thing is that Munguia could bring it. Munguia could hurt you. Munguia, you go at him, he'll go right back at you. For Berlanga to lose to someone like a Munguia and chance getting stopped by a Jaime Munguia, they will definitely look how much they've invested into Edgar Berlanga and see if it's worth taking that risk, putting him in there with a fighter like Munguia, who's high risk, low reward, you know what I'm saying, so to speak, as far as advancing your career. Rick Fonseca, Munguia by KO. The only thing is, Edgar is definitely bigger than Munguia. I will definitely say that. You guys, if there's anyone in here that's not subscribed to the channel, I'll repeat it again. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if it's not too much to ask. Berlanga wins because the wear and tear on Munguia. Munguia has had a lot of fights, man. He's very experienced inside that ring for sure, for damn sure. I'm excited to see Edgar in the ring again, though. I will definitely say that. I bet against the Charlo. See, there you go. You want to throw him in there against the Charlo. Charlo has not been active. His last fight, I think it was against Jose Benavidez or something like that. He's not. His head has not been in the boxing game, but he's still a name that's known. Those are the guys that you want to throw Edgar Berlanga in to keep building his name against a guy who's a name, but not quite what he once was. I don't think we'll ever see Jermell Charlo fight again. He got that Canelo payday, and that was a wrap, y'all. That was a wrap. Let me start a poll on here really quick. Just give me a quick second, y'all. Okay, I'm going to write who wins if the fight. I asked this earlier, man. Who's ready for Thanksgiving? All right, there's the poll. Make sure you guys drop a vote. If I were a promoter, what 5 fights would I make? That's a good question, Anthony. That's a really good question, man. Let me hit you with some of them. I would definitely make Zepeda, Shakur Stevenson. I might repeat fighters on this one, just so you know, man. Okay. I would do what I could to make Canelo versus Beterbiev. What's another one? I would definitely try to make the rematch between El Chimi, welcome to the chat, between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, just because I think that'd be a good event for boxing. Damn, dog. Pitbull versus Zabrel Matias. There's a lot of them, man. There's a lot, man. I want to see Zepeda versus Shakur Stevenson. Right now, that's one of the ones that has me the most excited, although I heard things earlier that I didn't look into yet, so I don't even want to talk about him talking about that fight. Tank versus T.O. is another one. Tank versus just one of the other top guys in reality, man. I would force Tank to fight one of the other top dudes. Like, Tank, you're going to fight him, okay? This is what it is. We're not going to stack your card. We're not going to, no. This is what we're doing. We got 8 votes in. I'll check it here in a bit. That's a really good question, though, man. That's a really good question. Now I got my mind going. What other fights would I try to make? Nah, man, there's definitely a few of them. Off topic, Tim Zhu, what's your thoughts? Can he make a comeback after his bad loss? Well, the thing is, Red Hawk, I actually saw this in another channel. I wish I could remember which one. But if you guys saw Tim Zhu's last performance, and Lemon said he's ready to eat tamales. Absolutely, brother. He said after his last performance, man, I was watching. If you guys notice, obviously he fought Fundora and he had that big cut on the top of his head that was blood in his face all night. You saw his last fight where he got stopped. He just got beat up. But you guys noticed that he kept doing this, right? That he kept checking his forehead to see if it was bleeding, right? Because he felt something wet. Well, I saw this video. I think it might have been Showbiz actually, and Showbiz was talking about the Rocky movie. If you guys remember when Sylvester Stallone, I forget which Rocky it was, when he fought Drago, and he had that dream. He had the dream of when he fought Drago, and it looked like he was bleeding from his head. Pretty much that's a condition I forget the name of, when I don't know if it's brain bleeding or it's something to do when you take a hit that hard that you constantly feel that way. I don't know. Rocky 4. Okay, it was Rocky 4. I don't know what it's called, man. I don't know none of that, but I'm going to make this long story short. Now that it's medical things involved in it, now that mentally, he took the loss to Zoo, and then how he got beat by this guy, it takes a real strong character, which Tim Tszyu does have, because you got to remember, man, after two losses like that, they're not going to throw you right in there with the big fight unless they're just kind of trying to cash out on you. If you want to legitimately build yourself back up to where you once were, you got to start fighting again and again and again. So you got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. And all of a sudden, you think about all that, and now you start to question yourself. To answer your question, man, I like Tim Tszyu. I think he's tough as nails. I don't think he comes back to the same Tim Tszyu that we learned to love after this loss, to be real with you, man. Adam Hurley, welcome to the chat. Plant Berlanga is where it's at. What am I seeing? Berlanga Macumbi. Berlanga Macumbi is another good fight for Edgar Berlanga. That's another good fight for him, man, because of the performance that he had against Caleb Plant. How far do you think Tio can go with Eddie Reynoso? It's you know what, man? I've been watching boxing for a very long time, like a lot of you guys have been watching boxing for a very long time. And it all depends, man. It all depends. After the first fight, you see. And it also has to do with how disciplined a fighter is, how much a fighter is going to listen, right? Tio still has his dad in the corner. Is he going to allow Reynoso to be the number one guy in that corner? Are you going to listen well? Because Teofimo Lopez too often brings a game plan, switches the game plan. That's the reason that sometimes we see Tio boxing great, and sometimes we're like, what the hell is going on with him? But I hope so. We'll see a lot after the first fight, man. A lot of times in this point of their career, when they start changing trainers, more than likely it's not going to be the first time he changes trainers. You see Edgar getting Plant problem. That's how I can see Plant outboxing him. We'll go competitive for sure. I see Plant winning by decision or Berlanga by KO. Lemon, that's a good take. That's a really good take. Anthony Pena said, I've been watching since the 60s. I watched Ali on free TV. I am old as dirt. Hey, well, Anthony Pena, OG, welcome to the live, man. We definitely like having somebody like you with all that boxing knowledge, just years and years of it, and sharing it with us, man. So welcome to the chat for sure. So Anthony, man, all of us got a question to ask you, man. How do you compare even boxing from what it is now to how it was in the early 2000s? It looks like Tim Tszyu might be taking on Zarafa, the guy that got plastered by Lara in the first round. That's my point. You got to do a lot of fights like that, Adam. You got to do a lot of fights like that, and then you start questioning yourself because it's not easy. He has it to him, man. I just don't know if he could. It's a lot to come back from, man. Anthony Pena, my dude Rick, sent you a salute. Red Hawk, yeah. What's the story with Earl Spence? Is he still fighting? Monster Tune? Dude, Earl Spence, again, obviously we haven't seen him since he got beat up by Terrence Bud Crawford, right? The last time I seen Spence is when he got in the ring to call out Fedora, which he looked like a damn football player at that time. But again, man, that's another one. How do you come back from this? Spence got beat up by Crawford like he's never been beat up before. It's not easy to come back from something like this. And if you ask me, this long layoff, it does not help Spence's case. I pray that he does recover, come back to doing what Spence does, but he's not a spring chicken either, man. He's not a spring chicken, and after his last fight, it's hard to come back. Today's fighter are better athletes. Fighters from the 70s, 80s were better boxers, in my opinion. Okay, I like that. Spence got beat like a redheaded stepchild. Adam Hurley, who do you want to see Ryan fight when he comes back? He's confirmed he's either going to 47 or 54. How about Ryan versus Tio at 147? Right? How about him versus Tio at 47? Hell, fight Boots. We'll see what he does, man. We'll see what Ryan does. That's kind of another hard topic. Right? Hey, go. My bad, guys. My dog, I'm telling you, he messes with everything. I would really like to see Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney again. Wouldn't you guys want to see that again? I think that we'd have the same outcome. You know what I'm saying? I think we'd have the same outcome, right? But this time I think that it'd be so sweet because we'd be able to say, see, told you so, told you so. Had nothing to do with the freaking Osterine. Stop it, Rex. Yeah, everybody would. Everybody would. Body bags. Omar Gonzalez, welcome. If Ryan gets motivated and trains hard, he could beat Tio. Absolutely. JJVF, welcome to the chat from Orange County. Devin is a broken toy. Pretty much. Tio and Ryan would be interesting because they both have experience with Reynoso. Hey, that's a good point. I think Tio's the better boxer. He's definitely a better boxer than Ryan. Ryan just has that left hook, man. That left hook, it's crazy because that one trick is all Ryan needs. It's insane. Drew Valens, welcome to the chat, bro. Welcome to the chat. Devin will retire and never be heard of again. KSV, welcome to the chat. Omar Gonzalez, your German Shepherd is named Rex. Okay, name Rex. Okay, yeah. So I spell mine W-R-E-X, like he wrecks everything. You know what I'm saying? He's a pain. My dog's a pain in the butt, though, man. He just wants that attention. Just wants that attention. So do you guys think that we're going to get a different outcome for the Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury fight? Or do you guys think it's going to be the same old story? I shouldn't even jump to that. I wanted to do that on another live, but we could definitely do it again. Why not? Stop. Okay, guys, I'm going to check the poll. Same outcomes. I agree with you, body bags. All right, man, I'm going to check the poll. And 57% of you guys said that Edgar Berlanga or that Caleb Plant would win against Edgar Berlanga. Now, I like doing those polls because it's kind of like how I'm thinking of the fight itself. I'm thinking of the fight itself that it'd be really close. 57-42, that calls for a close fight, in my personal opinion. Everybody here is pretty knowledgeable when it comes to the sport with your guys' input. So this is how I get to know my audience. I see where you guys' head is at. That's something where I was as well. Like it would be a close one. JJVF, if John Fury is in the corner again, hell no. John might try to fight Usyk. I don't know about that guy. He might try to fight Usyk. He's wild. He's more wild than Tyson. I say same outcome, but who knows? Maybe Tyson wins. Then we get the trilogy. I mean, business-wise, that would be every promoter's dream, right? For that to go to the third fight, that'd be every promoter's dream. Do I watch UFC as well? I do not watch UFC, brother. I'm not big on UFC. I respect the hell out of them, but I'm not a big MMA guy. Back in the 70s and 80s, there was free fights on TV. And you know, Anthony, I'm glad that you're bringing it up, man, because that is what made boxing what it once was, is that everybody could be involved in it. But when you start making $80, $100 pay-per-views and the good fights are only on pay-per-view, naturally anything is going to die down that way. Body bags, Tyson showboats too much. Let me tell you something. In that first fight, I picked Usyk to win by a split decision. But it looked like it was going to go on to a straight up like showcase boxing lesson from Tyson Fury up until he started showboating. That's when everything changed. Friday night fights. The ESPN, the ESPN fights, the HBO Boxing After Dark. Yo, who remembers missing the pay-per-view because they were expensive and watching the fight the following week on HBO? I used to do that all the time. I wouldn't be surprised if a third fight happened. You know what's funny about that is that there's a lot of fights where fighters lost 2 and they want to make the trilogy, like the Marquezes and all that, because of the controversy in the fights. Monday Night Boxing. Dog, body bags. I don't remember Monday Night Boxing, bro. Tuesday Night Fights, Channel USA. Oh my gosh. That's like the dream, yo. I'm just finding exactly. Heck yeah, heck yeah. Now let me ask this: would you guys pay? Oh yeah, legendary. Absolutely, absolutely. Now, would you guys pay pay-per-view for Edgar Berlanga versus Caleb Plant? Question. I would definitely pay for a Plant and Berlanga pay-per-view. I would definitely pay for that. Body Bag said no. Me, because of the matchup, man. Something's really interesting about that matchup. Omar said yes. Yeah, there's something about it, man. Nobody wants to watch that fight. You guys are not paying for it. You guys are going to your friend's house to watch it. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. You show up with a pizza. Monster Tune, these young guys need to fight 4 or 5 times to build a fan base like Oscar and Floyd did. Thank you, Monster Tune. And that is just, it doesn't happen today. Leonard Benitez was free TV. My goodness. Unless the card is stacked. Body Bags, if they were ever to make that fight, they would definitely have to put at least a very, very good co-main on that card. Yeah, dude, Pac-Man used to fight dude, back in the day, fighters stayed busy. That's how they built a fan base. But again, these, maybe I'm making assumptions, but it just seems like these dudes could take pictures and videos of themselves training, fight somebody over Twitter or X, then put it on Instagram and really swear that people like tuned in to watch them fight or like they're fighting. It's like, no, bro, you're not. Munguia Andrade, JJVF, Andrade to me is a once upon a time. I feel that, he's just shades of what he once was. I think Father Time definitely caught up to Demetrius Andrade. Chavez would fight 8 times a year. That's bananas. Could you guys imagine, man, fighting 8 times in a year? That is crazy. Boo Boo is doo-doo, respectful. Yo, let's be fair, man. Boo Boo was nice. The mistake that he made was sitting back waiting for the payday and not fighting. That's a perfect example. Andrade, perfect example. You could have all the talent of the world, but if you're not out there showing it, no one is just going to buy it because you're hitting the mitts, okay? Even though Mike Tyson was able to trick a lot of people for doing really good mitt work. The time that Boo Boo caught my attention and I started watching him was when he beat Vanes Martirosyan. At the time, Vanes was also an undefeated fighter. JJBF said, feed him to Munguia. Feed him to Jaime Munguia. That would be feeding him to Jaime Munguia. I'm going to tell you what, though, man. All these fighters, 68, all these people, and I think that it's going to go back to that. I think that the fighters are going to realize that they have to stay busy. They cannot do it like Shakur Stevenson and just keep talking. It's not going to, you can't just keep saying, ooh, this guy's easy fight. This guy's an easy fight. Ooh, this is food. Oh, this is, okay, dude, we want to see it now. 68 is super stacked. They just need to fight each other. It's funny, man, because I heard about them trying to make Diego Pacheco versus Trevor McCumbee, which would be a good one, and it's a good test for Diego, in my opinion. Man, what time is it? It's about 8:30. Oh yeah, absolutely. If they make it, I'm telling you, man, Trevor McCumbee, he earned himself a spotlight to get one of those guys inside the ring. Hey, yeah, Omar, I saw that again, and it's like back and forth. They went from Boots versus Ortiz to Crawford Ortiz, back to Boots Ortiz. I don't know what happened there. I wouldn't mind seeing it though. Those guys, Boots needs to fight someone. Aztec, what up, my man? It's all good, man. It's all good, man. You'll catch the next one, brother. You'll catch the next one. So to let you in, Aztec, I did a poll on Plant versus Berlanga, and I think it was 56% of the people in here picked Caleb Plant to beat Edgar Berlanga. Obviously, it was really close. I think otherwise, but it's okay. It was a good combo, though. A lot of people made some really good points. I got Berlanga by KO. Yeah, Aztec, I'm telling you, man, there's something about that fight. And with Claressa Shields, we all agreed she's special inside that ring, but she's not marketable outside of that ring. So that's that, man. Amen, amen, yo. So Aztec, man, I'm sorry you caught the last stint of it, man. I got off of work, did what I had to do, but I just had to get on here with you guys. I'm about to take it easy, man, because I gotta wake up again tomorrow and do it all over again. Thank you guys for stopping by the live. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button. All right, ready for the next live, get ready for the next video. Make sure to check that your notifications are on, and if you're still subscribed to the channel, there's been some funky stuff happening with my YouTube. Anyway, man, so much love to every single one of you guys. God bless every single one of you guys. I will talk to you guys again soon. Y'all be safe, man. Be easy. Peace.